parts of the multiverse, there are countless possibilities. Basically, if something can happen, there's most likely a universe where it did. With this, countless stories have been told over the years about the concept of what-if scenarios.
And with this idea, some timelines ended up with the kind-hearted hero everyone looks up to, going down a more dark and evil path, like these two.
Regime Superman of Earth 49, the beacon of pure injustice.
And Lord Drakkon, Tyrant turned God Power Ranger from the world of the Coinless.
He's Demon and I'm Archer.
And it's our job to analyze these characters to their fullest, going through their feats and faults to see what happens in this fan edition of Fictional Characters Collide.
In the many worlds of DC, the multiverse is huge, in many various worlds that possibly share similar timelines, but with many differences. Worlds like Earth 55, a world where many surviving heroes and villains fight against the anti-living zombie virus. Earth 496, where a mashup of many DC and Marvel heroes and villains such as Darkclaw and Super Soldier. Or Earth 901, basically what would happen if Stan Lee created the DC universe. And many things to say, various Earth DCs have held many versions of heroes and villains.
And this is where the evil version of the heroes come in. There's plenty, like Earth 3, where the planet is ruled by the Crime Syndicate, aka Evil Justice League, or Earth 63, world of humans versus vampires led by the twisted hero turned villainous vampire leader, Nightwing. And then there's Arkham Batman's Regime Superman of Earth 49.
Keep in mind, we're primarily focusing on Regime Superman from the primary games of Injustice Gods of Us / Injustice 2, and its 3 tie-in comic lines from the original run. Year 1 to 5, the sequel, Injustice 2, and the prequel of Year 0. However, we're excluding the He-Man crossover Adventures of Superman, John Kent, and Injustice animated movie, as these 3 serve their own continuity than what actually happened in the main story of Injustice.
If I can say one thing, Archer. Nerd! As for the Earth itself, it is kinda unclear if this world plays similar to the main canon of the current DC universe. So we're not going to be doing the comparing of the main universe to the Injustice version, as they are different in power that both of these worlds have. Especially powerhouses like Superman, Wonder Woman, and Doomsday have shown so far in Injustice. So it seems like some of it's like the events of, let's say, death of Superman still happened.
Anyways, much like the main universe, minor difference, Kal-El was sent to planet Earth before being killed in the explosion of the planet Krypton. There, he spent time as Clark Kent and was raised by the Kent family in the farm of Smallville. As he grows up, he eventually learns about his Kryptonian biology and later adopts his superhero persona, Superman. In fact, it seems like this Superman Earth is near perfect, as he and Lex Luthor are best friends in this reality, and he and his Lois married and will give birth to a child of their own.
Things went bad, didn't it?
Very. One day, the Joker and Harley had an idea to shatter the Man of Steel. They kidnapped Lois and his unborn kid, murdered his best friend Jimmy Olsen, and told him to head to Metropolis, where Superman finds the Joker in the submarine, which they stole, only to find himself against Doomsday, of all things. But, after sending Doomsday to space, he learned the truth. Doomsday was just Lois, and he killed her, which set off a bomb, wiping Metropolis off the map.
Wow, well, so convoluted, but still the biggest dick move the Joker has ever done. So when Batman was interrogating the Joker, Superman popped in and gave Joker one hell of a high five. Word the chest, folks!
From grief and driven mad from the millions of lives, Lois and his child's deaths, Superman simply just snapped, claiming that he'd end all crime on Earth by being the most overpowered dictator in the universe.
And boy howdy does he have the means needed to. He's got Superman's classic moveset of super strength, speed, durability, heat vision, ice breath. What more do you want? He's literally Superman, but now he's a massive prick.
Within weeks, it seems Superman's actions did somewhat help for many people and millions saved. Unfortunately, this also caused some splitting among the superhero communities to either believe what Superman was doing was right or not.
Who just so happened to oppose him? Batman, because of course it was fucking Batman. It's always Batman. He tried to stop, but then something horrible happened. Due to an accident, Nightwing had his neck snapped and perished.
After the tragic moment, Batman forms the Insurgency to fight against Superman, which consists of heroes like Huntress, Green Arrow, Black Canary, Catwoman, Batwoman, Black Lightning, Captain Atom, and Martian Manhunter. Both sides fought each other, but both sides had heavy casualties like the deaths of Manhunter, Captain Atom, and the Green Arrow.
After the wake of Batman's actions and identity revealed towards the world, Superman forms the One Earth regime, consisting of many soldiers and heroes that serve to bring peace and end all violence throughout the world, serving as the High Counselor of Earth. No longer holding back, Superman demonstrated how powerful he is when he isn't restricted to kill. In fact, Superman's best feats of training comes from his battle off-screen with Imprax, who Plastic Man's feats is going to destroy the universe. And he should scale to Blue Beetle, who was scared of destroying a Red Lantern empowered Star, who threatened to destroy the universe as well. This isn't even mentioning Mogo, who one-shot several other Yellow Lanterns, who should be like Hal's level, and a Yellow Lantern Superman who just one-shot the fuck off that planet. And then this happened. Damn. But wait, if this is all true, then why the hell does people like Harley fucking Quinn rival Superman?
Well, Lex Luthor actually developed a pill called the 5U93R pill. This pill allows the user to gain both superhuman strength and durability like Superman. Of course, overdose it and it can kill you, like how Renee Montoya did the same and died. So basically this is really extremely dangerous, even if it was used for good.
Give me that! Awesome super strength, here I come!
Wait, Demon, that's not...
No. Archer, I feel weird. What was that pill?
I tried to see what happened if I mixed your Philosopher's Stone with the MCU Infinity Stones.
Huh. Why did my intrusive thoughts of cosmic genocide just get louder?
Right. Well, during the 5 years in war against Batman and his team, Superman has fought against other factions like the Green Lanterns, to even Zeus and the other Greek gods. Yes, you heard me, actually Greek gods themselves. And one of them, Hercules, the son of Zeus, was killed by the Kryptonian. And Hercules is considered to be a powerful demigod superior to both his brother and sister, Ares and Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman aided Superman to lift the whole city of Atlantis back in year 1.
Even Hermes doesn't compare to his speed. He's able to toss people to space, scale to his cousin who can fly and toss someone to the moon, Lobo who can fly across a galaxy, and Superman has flown to the sun in a matter of seconds to threaten Lobo. And, well, he grabbed Mogo and pushed him somewhere else.
He's even fast enough to have a conversation and play chess with the Flash. While playing chess isn't a great feat on its own, the Flash in dire situations has shown to be able to time travel with it. It's unknown if it's a power or speed, but this is a thing both Barry and Reverse Flash did, plus Jay the Thinker and Kid Flash do as costumes.
Funny enough, Superman this time has some equipment. His most evil thing he did was steal Mirror Master's belt, a belt which can travel to the mirror dimension. He has the Phantom Zone projector which can send people into the Phantom Zone and placed outside of time and space, where they hold Superman's worst villains like Zod. It weighs 100 tons as a safety measure.
Don't forget his Yellow Lantern, given to him by Sinestro after being shot by a kryptonite bullet. This uses fear of others and himself to give him a power boost to one-shot Mogo, create constructs of fear, and he can give people fear as well.
But during all the war, the regime and himself, Superman's mental mind and his friends' personalities turned from the worst and becoming more angry. As time passes, Clark continues to protect Earth, but he continues losing himself as many heroes and villains are being killed by him or the regime, from villains like Parasite to heroes like poor Hawkman. In other words, he became the villain of his own story, and had mental health problems in becoming the more extremely violent and ruthless.
This is likely the case due to Superman's grief over Lois driving him mad, removing any of his heroic side and personality that he once had. As his stress and grief led him to more bad decisions that left people to die either by his hands or not. What's worse, the world now sees Superman now as they all fear him. Even his members like Flash and Hal left due to how much the war had cost so many lives. As the deaths of Lex Luthor, who was the fundraiser for the insurgency, and 12 years old Shazam broke the camel's back.
The irony to Soup's downfall was that it took Superman and the Justice League from the main universe to stop Regime Superman, and the whole regime, and places him into a Red Sun cell.
But it didn't last long, as Brainiac came to Earth to take him and his cousin, Kara Zor-El, aka Supergirl, as he'll take pieces of Earth and destroy the planet like he did with Krypton. Yet Brainiac was the one who caused the extinction of Krypton.
And this led Clark to join Batman to stop Brainiac, and they are successful. But as Superman uses Brainiac technology to restore some of the trapped cities, however, Metropolis and Coast City are erased, leaving Gotham the only city managed to survive.
After the defeat of Brainiac, Batman fought Superman one last time to decide the fate of the world, but Batman came prepared because he's Batman and the one thing Superman couldn't beat.
Golden Kryptonite, because why not? That shot off Superman's abilities because of course Batman had some of this stuff. He always has something. He's the goddamn Batman who's always prepared.
Hey, don't underestimate that utility belt. Now, we should clarify that there are two separate endings to Injustice 2. with good ending having been captured again, while the other ending having him control over Brainiac's ship. Technology in all worlds are from his ship to create a new regime with mind-controlled heroes like Batman on his side.
So, hopefully that timeline where he took over Earth ain't the canon one, right? But this tale is truly a tragedy. How an infallible hero turned evil due to one bad day. Kind of poetic when it comes to Clown Prince of Crime, really.
Maybe one day Regime Superman will truly see what he's doing is wrong, but until that happens, beware, because this Man of Steel will do anything to keep his justice alive. And trust me, you do not want to oppose his justice.
That was a good memory. From another lifetime. I miss the people we were then. Me too.
The 1990s. I remember from yesterday many beloved shows when I was a kid. I remember them from the shows like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Batman the Animated Series, and DuckTales. Yeah, I could remember them since yesterday. I watched them yesterday.
I see, it all makes sense now. The 1990s is definitely the era of many shows that are remembered as culture classics. And among them are 5 teens with attitude, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Go, go, Power Rangers! You Mighty Morphin Power Rangers!
Demon, stop. You're terrible at singing. Ow, my ears.
Not do that. But seriously, the Power Rangers are awesome. Sure, there is mostly a USA version of the original, but come on, who doesn't love this show? When 5 teams were chosen by the Wise Mentor in the Jar of Zordon, they are selected to battle Rita Repulsa, who is recently freed by these astronauts, and plans to get her revenge by conquering Earth. With these teams, the mission is to protect the Earth and stop Rita as the Power Rangers.
After losing to the Rangers too many times, Rita decided to create her own evil ranger. In the original story, the young Tommy Oliver is captured and placed under a curse by Rita to serve her as the Green Ranger. In the beginning, it actually worked. Tommy is shown to crush the Rangers in his battle against them, but eventually he was freed from the spell by the Red Ranger due to destroying the sword that the curse was placed.
Yeah, it's kinda dumb. Trust me, it's the 90s.
So, with Tommy freed from Rita's curse, he now served as the 6th Ranger to the team to fight alongside them. But not for this version. Played similarly to the original, Tommy fled from the fight as he was confused and scared. In days or weeks, Tommy is being pursued by the Rangers until Rita finds him. Taking the opportunity, Rita convinces Tommy to join her as she tells stories about a young man named Drakkon as soon as later Tommy adopts the name.
No kidding, over time, Rita's conquered most cities and managed to completely conquer Earth with many people sided with her. But don't count the Power Rangers yet. While Rita's out conquering, the Rangers and Zordon plan the idea to stop Rita from recruiting many allies that Zordon knows of, like Meteor or Alien Rangers to make the White Tiger Ranger for Jason. Their plan to form armies of light with upgraded Thunder Zords to stop Rita.
By the time the war between Zordon and Rita roars on at the command center. However, this would be Zordon's downfall as Jason progressed transforming to the White Ranger powers. Tommy broke in and engaged in battle with Jason. As a result, Tommy was infused with the White Ranger's power and gave him a new look of a White Evil Ranger. The beginning of Lord Drakkon has begun.
Man, this is all awesome. But what happened to Jason? Did he die? Or, I'm sure he was just not left to live, right? He couldn't.
Well, no. He survived, but as a prisoner. But that's a whole other story.
Well, like any Power Ranger, Drakkon possesses superhuman strength and speed. He also possessed his Dragon Dagger, as it serves to protect him from any attack like physical energy-based attacks. And thanks to Rita, he learned to be a highly skilled manipulator as he uses the skill of both Rita's of the Coinless and main universe. As he did this to Rita after killing her in cold blood. Yeah, that also kinda happened. Well, that's a bit cool. But at least he gets to rule his own world with these cool-looking motherfucking Ranger sentries served as his army and gain power from the power coins of Tyrannosaurus, Mastodon, Sabretooth, and Pterodactyl sentries.
However, his rule will be put to an end as his main counterpart in what remains of the Coinless and the main universe Rangers. Drakkon has been defeated and his morpher is broken, causing him to lose power. However, as he'd rather not face his defeat by the heroes, Drakkon jumps into a portal and ends up in the main universe, only to be captured by the US government, where he would be placed in energy restrictors and hidden from the world by the former first MMPR Red Ranger, Grace Sterling.
He escaped, didn't he?
Yeah, mostly because his world Saba tried to execute him, only to get himself killed and give Drakkon a chance to escape. And this is where the Shattered Grid begins and the explanation of the morphing grid.
What the hell? Where'd you get this?
I purchased it last year. We just have never used it due to some delays on some certain episodes we worked on.
Don't talk about that vampire episode.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. The morphing grid is basically like a sort of cosmic battery every ranger across every universe can use to do the whole it's morphin time shtick. The morphing grid is what fuels the rangers, giving them their power, but if the connection is severed, it can lead the rangers to be normal humans again.
Kinda like how the only thing that's keeping our show afloat is our determination and all the writers I've caught to make these scripts in the basement.
Wait, when did we have a basement? Also, what do you mean by writers?
Anyway, with the multiverse in the palm of his hands, Drakkon set out to conquer many Rangers' worlds and claim their powers, like Samurai and Zeo, where the Samurai Ranger's symbol power is strong enough to seal another world, being the Netherworld, consists of actual demons. Drakkon also possesses the Zeo powers, which is actually connected to fragments of the Zeo crystal. It's unknown how powerful this crystal is, but it does draw attention to Master Vile as he creates a time alteration spell to reverse the Power Rangers into little kids. Long story, trust me, it's very weird as Power Rangers. But the Zeo crystal managed to reverse the spell at the end of the series.
It's crazy to think that this franchise made for kids can have the most crazy things and more power crap we don't even know yet.
Speaking of power, I may or may not have a morphin myself. Let's see what Ranger I have. It's morphin time!
Where did you get that?
Don't worry about it. Tyrannosaurus! Hey, look at me! I look cool in this.
Was that an explosion?
I'm sure that's fine.
I'll check that out later. After Drakkon travels to different worlds of Power Rangers, killing his main counterpart and his Zeo variation, tricking Ninjor, the creator of the Power Coins, to fix his morpher and then betray him, Drakkon and his army grew more powerful as he was equipped with the stolen powers he possessed, and even created new Ranger sentries with the stolen powers like both Blue Samurai and Dino Charged Gold sentries as examples. However, his plan would be interrupted as many remaining Power Rangers from different worlds, from Dino Thunder, Beast Morphers, and Hyperforce. It would have been another defeat for Drakkon and a win for the Power Rangers. However, the unthinkable happened.
Aw shit, the real stuff is happening now, and it's a big one, folks.
By merging with various Rangers' morphers, Drakkon infused power from them that is powerful enough to battle with the Emissaries 3 and stole the heart of the Master. With the newfound power, he became a god, and he uses the power to create a new reality where he is the only hero with many other Rangers who are now civilians working in normal jobs with no memories of their previous lives as Power Rangers.
From that, he gained various abilities like mind control magic, life creation, flight. He can open portals, send people to different timelines, time travel, force fields. He can seal people and absorb their power. He can change his size. He can turn invisible, existence erasure, life manipulation, and reality warping.
Drakkon has also been seen stealing the Rangers' powers, such as he can manipulate fire, water, plants, the earth, air, and light, along with gaining a resistance to mind control, power nullification, time manipulation, and light manipulation. Along with magic, summoning, and attack reflection, he was basically a god.
That's until a Spectre version of his main counterpart haunts him, as he taunts and tells Drakkon for being a pathetic and foolish person. In truth, Drakkon knows this isn't really the reality, as one thing that Drakkon hated the most is himself. You know, that's really deep for a show that has a rapping pumpkin.
Yeah, it is. Of course, this caused Drakkon to lose control of the reality he created and led to resurrect his main counterpart and restoring the Rangers' memories from Mighty Morphin, Lauren, the Samurai Red Ranger, and Jen, the Time Force Pink Ranger, to stop Drakkon and take the heart from him. As a result, Drakkon lost and was left alone in the shattering reality he created. But after everything had happened, his main counterpart offers him to escape this reality in chance if he can redeem himself.
But being sadistic and a broken man he is, Drakkon refused the offer that his main counterpart gave him. And, well, killed his fucking ass!
How tragic. Due to being cursed by Rita, then became the Tyrant, defeated by another version of himself, captured and escaped, gained the power of a god, but ended in a destroyed reality he created. In truth, Drakkon was destined to fail. Now he remains trapped in a world of his own creation, as his good version of himself remains free, a version he could have been if he had not fled reality. Forever trapped knowing he is the only version of himself to be evil.
It's Commerce Archer, he'll come back and gain his powers again. Though he goes through imprisonment by the main universe Mighty Morphin, breaks free by the Omega Rangers after a few years later. He'll eventually return to his world and form the Drakkon Rangers. It's a long story again. By any means, Drakkon remains one of the deadliest villains of the Power Rangers history and remained as the one who almost succeeded to win. Of all the main baddies and evil rangers, Lord Drakkon rules them all. To all opposed to him, you should just kneel to Lord Drakkon, the evil ranger.
You don't have to be broken. You don't have to be alone. Please, let me help you. I'd rather die. Alpha, this whole place is about to go nuclear. Zero in on my coordinates. Let's get out of here.
Hold on, Tommy!
Alright, the combatants are set and ready for the fight.
Will regime Superman realize his fate is sealed, or will Lord Drakkon kneel behind the High Counselor?
Either way, one of them will eventually be served or killed by their foe. Without any further, it's time for these two fictional characters to collide.
Bye!
Here I come.
I am God.
Time to cut loose. Let's try again.
Time to set things right.
Get started.
No more. Out of my way. You have failed! Time to set things right. You have failed! Out of my way! Time to set things right. Bow before your lord.
Holy crap, that was awesome! We should do more fan episodes in the future.
This battle was almost dead even. Both were highly skilled fighters, both have similar speeds, and both have the power to put their universes in peril, maybe even the multiverse.
But when we get into powers, that's where it changes. Drakkon has one thing above Superman.
What's that, Demon?
He can change his size, man. What's stopping him from going into Superman and just grow so big he blows up from the inside?
Sure, but the bigger thing is magic. While battling with John Constantine in Year 3, Superman had been stated several times to have no resistance to magic. With this, he can't just arguably resist a lot of Drakkon's powers.
Superman can resist Drakkon's mind control, and Superman has resisted this necklace the Joker has, which used magic and controlled Jay Garrick and Alan Scott, so there's one thing he can resist.
But this is where it stops. Ice Breath and Heat Beams won't work on Drakkon as he resists them. Superman can try to use the Yellow Lantern Ring to put fear into Drakkon, but he can also resist it, and nothing is stopping Drakkon from destroying the ring.
Yeah, both forms of beat apart like Mirror Master's Belt and the Phantom Zone doesn't matter as well, as Drakkon can just, open a portal and fuck off.
Superman just has no answer to his powers being absorbed and nullified, him being sealed away or just being erased from existence.
Let's not even talk about Drakkon's reality warping across the Power Rangers multiverse. Drakkon was just built that different, folks.
Regime Superman put up a good fight to his very end, but comes with Drakkon's powers and magic, it was game over for him.
Yeah, but I kinda feel bad for Regime Superman though.
You do? Why?
Well, I guess his dream of peace was shattered in front of him. Yeah, from the start, Drakkon's justice have been served.
I should have seen this coming.
Oh, come on, Archer. I'm just making some boom-in jokes here.
Well, the winner is... Oh god! The winner is... Lord Drakkon.
They will realize the truth. They could have been gods.